I've seen this. I've seen this already, but I'll play it for you guys because I fucking hate it. Here you go. Banned from the internet. Wait, what is that? What is that language? What is that? What did that say on OBS at the end there? Interrumper. Is this Spanish? I think it's Spanish. If it's okay, well, ban your entire country from the internet. No more! No more! No more shall we have to deal with whatever the hell that was. Brodie is now infamous in Japan. Okay, let me talk about that for just a moment. So, where's the tweet? Where's the tweet? Oh my god, let me show you the fucking dumbass community note. Look at this. This is not related to the thing. This is another thing. I said KD Plasma turns 30 years old this year. Community note. KD Plasma was first introduced in 2008 as part of KDE4, making it 18 years old in 2026, not 30. The KDE project began in 1996. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. No, that is not useful. Like, no. Stupid AI bullshit note. No. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to show you. Let me see if I can find the thing. Where is the thing? Where is me pissing off the Japanese? There it is. There it is. So, someone called Altrit put out a post saying, NieR Reincarnation is now partially playable thanks to a private server created by fans for fans. Enjoy your stay in the cage and lots of love for these heroes, please. Now, this is a link to a project known as NieR. I believe NieR had actually been around. I feel like there was another project. This is like a new beginning. Either way, NieR is a private server for NieR Reincarnation. Now, this post got a little bit of attention. I think a big part of the attention was thanks to Elon Musk literally building the Tower of fucking Babel. So on Twitter now, you can just write in any language, and it gets converted to whatever language you're speaking in. So you can just have discussions with people in Brazil, people in Japan, people in, I don't know, Taiwan, speaking their native language, and it's not perfect. Sometimes you lose a bit of context, things like that, but you can mostly just communicate with each other. Now, because of that, that means that Japanese Twitter, happened to find this post. That got 11.5 million views. Now, my repost of it, there's such a different response to this from the Japanese fans and everyone else. Most people are happy about a dead game being brought back by the community, but I've seen a bunch of Japanese fans angry about this because it goes against the wishes of Square Enix. This got 5 million views. So, across these two posts, about 16.5 million, and that's just these posts. I would assume across, like, all of the Twitter discussion and then discussion outside of Twitter, probably easy 30, 40 million views. Not all the time, the translation is inconsistent on my end. Tweets are translated at random when I press. Usually there is a translation button if they don't get automatically translated. So what ended up happening here, let me just make sure I'm not going to scroll past any hentai. Okay, let's go to my post, because this one actually had mainly Spanish. Wait, actually, we can go to the quote. Yeah, here's a response. Nope. if you infringe on rights holders' intellectual property, it'll mean the complete end of the content, you know. If it's just sleeping, it might wake up someday, but pirated versions deliver the killing blow. The original creators and developing companies need to make a profit or it's no good. Which is implying that anybody is making any money off NieR Reincarnation, a game that is literally dead. Somebody put, yes, I will show that. Flowers are beautiful because they wither. The beauty that once was breaks and fades away. At some moment, you occasionally recall it, feeling a touch of sadness and nostalgia. That's the way to savor it as a Japanese person. Now, there have been... a lot of the responses are in that sort of vein, where it's like, either you need to respect the terms of service. The terms of service is above the law. Oh, who cares? Who cares if it's if you're allowed to reverse engineer? You're allowed to do this. No, that's IP theft. That's piracy. That's bad. Now, there's been a lot of those sorts of replies. At the same time, though, I've seen some other replies from people that are basically like, I think a lot of the people replying are way too extreme. I liked a couple of these posts. Let me see if I can find one of them. Oh, and I have made various other posts that have got their way into Japanese media, into Japanese Twitter as well. Honestly, I think there's a bit of a disconnect in the discussion because the premise doesn't really exist for Japanese people. Japanese media is almost all available through legitimate channels, and there are also secondhand options in manga cafes. Since the foundational experience of I wouldn't have encountered it with a pirated version barely exists, if you don't understand this asymmetry of experiences, we'll just keep talking past each other. What I've noticed is there is a... You know how you'll often run across people who are literally unable to understand the framework of what you're saying. They do not have the mental capacity to comprehend, like, abstract thought. If you ever thought that anything might have been different in different countries, I can assure you, after what happened over the past couple of days, there are just as many morons in Japan as there are in America, as there are in Australia, as there are in basically every country that happens to be on social media. And I've had some, like, good responses as well. Like this person here. We had such an incredibly fun conversation. Thank you so much for sparking it. I know the notifications probably got annoying with how often they came through, but it was truly so meaningful. I managed to grasp a little, so I'll try sharing it with my chat, when I chat with my Japanese friends. It seems like, I don't know if it's going to go anywhere. It seems like following what's happened, there's like this sort of Japanese netizen discussion about how copyright works and how things should be handled with overseas communities. Because I also noticed that Japan recently found out about Stop Killing Games, and a lot of the Japanese fans were like, "Stop killing games. That's so bad." There's like a law that passed in California, and the response was basically, the game should stop. Like, games should stop being sold in California or Europe or anywhere else that that might happen to be selling them. What is this one here? I have noticed, and it might just be based on the training data they have. It's either the training data or the way that Japanese people write. I don't know. But a lot of the translations, everyone sounds like an anime character, right? Obviously, when you when you speak Japanese normally, you don't necessarily sound like one. But like every translation I've read, and it's probably based on the training data, speaks like an anime character, and it's so fucking stupid. Anyway, speaking of Japanese games, how are we feeling about Pragmata? I will probably check it out. I don't know if I'll stream it, but I'm definitely going to check it out. I've been wanting various Japanese media through official means, but Japanese publishers have always been ignorant about. Yeah, for a long time, there was this trend of pretty much only the biggest of biggest games actually getting a translation. But now we're at a point where I think the reason why a lot of like translators, a lot of localizers really don't like AI is because it really takes them out of the equation. Modern translation tools are actually really, really good. They're not perfect by any means, but at least compared to the way that some people are badly translating stuff, like machine translation, especially machine translation if you know a bit of the language, is genuinely insane what it can do. As I said, we have the Tower of Babel now, right? I know that's like a extreme biblical reference, but even so, right? You have to understand how crazy it is that you can just have a discussion. There can be a discussion. You know, wait, where's the clip? Where's the clip? I like the post. I don't know if I'll find it. If I can't find it, then we'll just move on, or I'll find another example. But hopefully I can. Where are you? Assuming they didn't delete the post, which would be annoying. Oh, yep, here it is. Here it is. This is Twitter after the Tower of Babel was released.
身を挺してこいつを守ったんやろいやーかっこよかったわ身を挺してこいつを守ったんやろいやーかっこよかったわこうやったかないやこうか
Un grand pan de la G-Corporation a été arrêté. La personne qui t'a confié l'épée peut reposer en paix. Que dirais-tu de prolonger ton travail de garde du corps à mes côtés?
やめときこいつのおもりなんか体が
Exactly, least language barrier, exactly. Yeah.
أنتما فتاتان ممتعتان.
Oui, il faudrait avoir le crâne aussi épais que celui d'Asuka pour me protéger.
I just couldn't remember any Tekken characters' names. The only one that comes to mind is Jin. And I don't want to just have like the point doesn't work if you have multiple Japanese characters speaking to each other. Also, since we're gonna play Metal Gear, one more thing, and then we'll actually get to the game. I saw this. This is also a funny post. Unrelated to what we were talking about, but very relevant to the game. Okay, that's enough. That's enough Twitter for now. Anyway, video games.